What's going on, everybody? Spunky Nights Not One coming, guys, with another video. So I went over in the previous video the players that were cut by the Eagles. Now I'm going to go over the players that made the roster, the 2019 Philadelphia Eagles. Um, Looking at this list, man, it was pretty much what I expected to be overall. There were a couple of surprises, as in certain players that were kept, and a certain amount of players per position that was kept. A little bit of it was surprising, but overall, it was pretty much what I expected. I'm gonna go over the list of the 2019 53-man roster of the Eagles, and of course, I'm gonna give you my thoughts afterwards. So let's get started. Starting off at quarterback, the Eagles kept three quarterbacks, not surprising at all. The Eagles kept, of course, Carson Wentz, the starting quarterback, of course. They kept Josh McCown, and they kept Nate Sudfeld. So three quarterbacks for the Eagles in 2019. At running back, the Eagles kept four running backs as I expected. And I told you guys in previous videos the four running backs I expected them to keep. And that's exactly who they kept. They kept running back Miles Sanders, not surprising. Running back Jordan Howard. Running back Darren Sproles. Running back Corey Clement. The moment that Darren Sproles came back, I knew that guys like Josh Adams and Boston Scott, I knew that their chance to make the roster were pretty much gone when Sproles came back. I knew they were going to keep four running backs, and I knew that when Sproles came back, it was going to be him, Jordan Howard, Corey Clement, and Miles Sanders. Now, this right here was a little bit of a surprise to me. They kept five wide receivers. I thought they were going to keep six wide receivers, but they kept five instead. So let me go over the five wide receivers they kept. Not surprised at all by this list. Alshon Jeffrey, number one. Deshaun Jackson, of course, number two. Nelson Aguilar, number three. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, and Mac Hollins. So I guess Arcega-Whiteside, the way he played, he earned the number four spot. Mac Hollins will be kept at number five, plus special teams. Let's see. Offensive tackle. They kept four offensive tackles. They kept Jason Peters, Lane Johnson, Andre Dillard, Jordan Mailata. Tight end, they only kept two tight ends. I'm a little bit surprised by this, but then again, I'm not. Richard Rodgers could not stay healthy, so I'm not surprised that they decided to move on from him. The two tight ends they kept were Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. Not surprising about that at all. Offensive guard, they kept four offensive guards. They kept Brandon Brooks. They kept Isaac Samalu, Halapoulivaati Vata, and Matt Pryor. At center, they kept two centers. They kept Jason Kelce, and they kept Nate Herbig. Now, moving on to the defense. Over to the defense, six defensive ends were kept. Those six defensive ends were Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett, Vinny Curry, Deshaun Hall, who had an absolutely amazing preseason, and he earned that roster spot. Josh Sweat and Sharif Miller. Defensive tackle, they kept four defensive tackles. Fletcher Cox, Malik Jackson, Timmy Jernigan, and Hassan Ridgeway. Not surprising at all. Linebacker, they kept six linebackers. Nigel Bradham, Kamu Grugier-Hill, Zach Brown, Nathan Gary, LJ Fort, and TJ Edwards. Undrafted TJ Edwards. Now, at corner, they kept five corners. They kept Ronald Darby, Avante Maddox, Sidney Jones, Russell Douglas, Cravon LeBlanc. Safeties. At safety, they kept Malcolm Jenkins, Rodney McLeod, Andrew Sandejo, Jonathan Cyprian, and Rudy Ford. Your kicker, of course, will be Jake Elliott. Your punter, Cameron Johnston, and as long snapper, Rick Lovato. I'm going to go over that list one more time of the 2019 Philadelphia Eagles. I'll go over it one more time. At quarterback, Carson Wentz, Josh McCown, Nate Sudfeld. Running back, Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, Darren Sproles, Corey Clement. Wide receiver, Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, Nelson Aguilar, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Mac Hollins. Offensive tackle, Jason Peters, Lane Johnson, Andre Dillard, Jordan Mailata. Tight end, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert. Offensive guard, Brandon Brooks, Isaac Samalu, Halapoulivaati Vata, and Matt Pryor. Center, Jason Kelce, and Nate Herbig. On defense, starting off with defensive end, Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett, Vinny Curry, Deshaun Hall, Josh Sweat, and Sharif Miller. Defensive tackle, Fletcher Cox, Malik Jackson, Timmy Jernigan, Hassan Ridgeway. Linebacker, Nigel Bradham, Kamu Grugier-Hill, Zach Brown, Nate Gary, LJ Ford, and TJ Edwards. Cornerback, Ronald Darby, Avante Maddox, Sidney Jones, Rasul Douglas, and Crayvon LeBlanc. Damn. I forgot. I think I forgot to say Jalen Mills. They kept Jalen Mills as well. As much as I don't, I forgot to say Jalen Mills. Yes, they did keep Jalen Mills as well. Safety, you have Malcolm Jenkins, Rodney McLeod, Andrew Sadejo, Jonathan Cyprian, and Rudy Ford. At kicker would be Jake Elliott. Punter would be Cameron Johnston. Long snapper Rick Lovato. Yeah, I forgot to say at corner, I forgot to say Jalen Mills. I guess, I was hoping that they would have cut him, but of course that's not going to happen. But there you go, man. There you go, your 2019 Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations to everybody who made the roster. Overall, the list is not, it's pretty much what I expected. Not surprising at all. All these guys that made the roster, man, let's get ready, man. We got this game coming up against the Washington Redskins next Sunday, man. Let's get ready for this game. That's 8 days away, man. Get ready. Let's go and beat these damn Redskins, man. Opener in Philadelphia. Beat these damn Redskins. The last time the Eagles played the Redskins to open up the game, to open up the season, the 2017 season, I don't have to tell you guys what happened that season, So crossing my fingers, man, that history will repeat itself. Last time we opened the season against the Redskins, the Eagles went on to win the big game. So we'll see, man. Overall, I like what I see in this list, man. A little bit surprising that we didn't keep 6 wide receivers, but the guys that made the roster were the guys that I expect to make the roster. Not surprising about that at all. The offensive tackles, not surprising at all. Tight end was a slight surprise. I didn't expect Richard Rodgers to make the roster because he got, he couldn't stay healthy, but I'm still a little surprised that they decided to only keep 2 tight ends in the end. They're gonna monitor the tight end position according to Harry Roseman. They will continue to monitor that position. So they'll see. Offensive guard, the guys that made the roster at offensive guard, not surprising at all. Overall, this list was just, this list was what I expected it to be. The 4 running backs, Sanders, Howard, Sproles, Clement. I've been telling you guys that for the longest. That will be our running backs there. Defensive tackle, Fletcher Cox, Malik Jackson, Timmy Jernigan, Hassan Ridgeway. Not shocking at all. Cornerback, Ronald Darby, Avante Maddox, Sidney Jones, Rasul Douglas, Crayvon LeBlanc. Jalen Mills, not surprising at all either. The safeties, we are pretty loaded at safety. Malcolm Jenkins, Rodney McLeod, Andrew Sadejo, Jonathan Cyprian, Rudy Ford, So overall, this list is what I expected it to be, man. I'm not surprised at all, man. So, congratulations to all these guys that made the roster, man. The 2019 Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go out there, man. Have a great season, man, and let's make a run. As always, go Birds. Spunky Nights 91 is out of here. Flag will fly. Peace.